Morning, all. So here's how I picture things went down. There was a rumor during the playoffs that Robin Lehner had signed a 5-year, $25 million extension with the Vegas Golden Knights. And Lehner denied it. Vegas didn't say anything. So we get past the playoffs and the 100% agreement among Vegas fans and fans everywhere that Lehner should be their goaltender going forward. And oh, stop! I'm just kidding. So 5 years, 25 million. They sit down, and Lehner says that rumor that was on the internet, that's a pretty good number. And Vegas goes, that's kind of funny. We were thinking that was a pretty good number too. So this is done then. Yep. All right. Now I'm going to say this for Robin Lehner. He has been wanting a long-term extension for a while. Buffalo trades him. Buffalo let him go to the Islanders. The Islanders signed him short term, wouldn't give him an extension that was long term. They move on. They bring in Varlamov. He goes to Chicago, and he's not able to get a long term contract until now. So, from everything I had heard with Lehner, he just wanted the term, and he hadn't found a general manager that wanted to give him that term. And that may very well have been the argument between he and the Blackhawks as well, which would be why the Blackhawks would trade him to Vegas, if that is in fact the case. Robin Lehner is a good goaltender. He's been through a lot in his life, and it's a great story. And now he is the unquestioned, undisputed. I'm just kidding. It's going to be disputed plenty. But he's got the 5-year extension, so he will be the starter for Vegas for a while. And on a reasonable cap hit. I know everybody's going to look at the fact that it's $12 million between Lehner and Fleury, and that means they're going to have to trade somebody. I'm not sure that they do. I'm not sure that they will. I think they'll investigate it. I don't know that it necessarily happens. Tristan Jarry, speaking of goaltenders, it's goaltender day today. He signs a 3-year, $10.5 million extension with the Pittsburgh Penguins. This will fuel the rumors that Matt Murray is the one who's going to be on his way out, which has been the rumor the whole way through anyways. So $3.5 million a year for Jarry for 3 years. That's actually, honestly, very reasonable. Jarry had a good year. Not fantastic, but he had a good year, and it's a good value signing by Jim Rutherford. And if you're going to question some of his moves, you have to also give him credit when he keeps a guy around on a contract that's pretty decent cap hit. So that won't hurt nearly as much as one might have expected. We'll see what happens with Matt Murray. Do they sign him and then do they trade him? Do they just trade his rights and let somebody else negotiate a contract with him? We'll see. Brian Elliott will stay for at least one more year with the Philadelphia Flyers. He signs a 1-year extension at $1.5 million. And that's fine. He was a good backup to Carter Hart. They seem to get along well together. I don't see any reason to change it either. Philadelphia will keep the same 2 goaltenders from 1 year into the next. Maybe this is the new reality for the Flyers. Stability in net. That would honestly be just crazy, really, when you think about it. But Carter Hart being their starter means you're just looking at bringing in a backup. You're not looking at all kinds of revamps, which seemed to be what was going on with Philadelphia every few years in their net. They were just looking for a complete redo on their goaltending position. And so it makes sense that Elliott would stick around. Good goaltender. And again, he's only going to have to play 25 games. If they have an 82-game schedule, he'll probably get 25 games, maybe 30. And if it's a 48, 50-game schedule, he'll get like 10 to 15. So we'll see what happens. Oliver Ekman-Larsson, there's still a lot of talk. There's talk, and it depends on which site you go to. You're either going to read rumors about what Boston's offering, or you're going to read about what Vancouver's offering, but those are still the rumored destinations for Oliver Ekman-Larsson. And it feels like something's going to give. Now, in terms of Vancouver, while they're after Ekman-Larsson, it is possible that Tyson Barrie is on their list. Now, there's no way that Jim Benning, it would be the most Jim Benning thing ever to bring in Ekman-Larsson and then sign Barrie. And bring in an $8.25 million contract and then sign Barrie to, say, $6 million a year for 4 or 5 years. That would be the most Jim Benning thing ever, to bring in $14 million in money at a time where the team needs to watch its money. But I think it's a one or the other situation. I could see Barry ending up being added to the Canucks roster if they don't get Oliver Ekman-Larsson. If they end up being the team that trades for Ekman-Larsson, I don't think Tyson Barrie's coming to Vancouver. And honestly, we'll see what happens. I have some faith in Benning because they did reach the playoffs this year and they looked pretty good in Minnesota once they woke up. And they looked pretty good in spots as they knocked out St. Louis. And then they, on the shoulders of Thatcher Demko, pushed Vegas to 7 games. So something's going in the right direction in Vancouver. It's a matter of adding the right players. And if it ends up being, say, a Brendan Dillon and Tyson Barrie, and they go, there, we've revamped the blue line, I'm going to have some concerns, but we'll talk about that at the time, if that comes to pass. So we are only now 3 days out from the draft. There's draft articles everywhere. I do have the playlist on here of the draft, and we will be doing a live stream today. I'll set the time. I will post it, and it'll be set for later today. And and then we'll go from there. And then on the entertainment guy as well, and I'll go ahead and plug this here. It is quite possible I will be live streaming during an NFL game tomorrow. No, TV won't be on the won't be visible here. And yeah, lessons learned and all that, but I think live streaming during a football game tomorrow might be interesting because, again, I've done it with hockey time and time again, but since there's no hockey right now, I can do that with football too. So we'll see, and then depending on how far the Padres go, it may very well happen with baseball too. But I don't think the Padres get past the Dodgers. But we'll see, right? All right. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section below regarding these extensions. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.